This podcast is hosted on podhome.fm, the most modern podcast hosting platform. Podhome offers unlimited episodes and podcasts, and unlimited use of Podhome AI, which generates transcripts, clips, chapters, title suggestions, show notes, and much more. And all of that for just $15.99 a month or $185 per year. That's a steal. So go to podhome.fm and start your 30-day trial now. And enjoy the show with Joe.
Transmitting live from the Asylum Studios, deep in the bowels of Southwest Texas. It's the Joe Rooz Show. The show where we talk about anything and everything. Where nothing is sacred, nothing is watered down, and nothing is PC.
All righty. Hey, folks, this is Joe Rooz, and it is great to be with you once again, transmitting live at the Asylum. And, of course, as always, doing the very best we can to bring you the best quality talk radio we could muster without all the bluster. Welcome to the show, folks. Welcome to our buddy from the Pacific Northwest, the People's Republic of Washington State, Wayne, the Practical Prepper Rankin. Wayne, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, yeah, pretty good there, Joe. You know, we got a big birthday here Saturday. Okay, big birthday party. Things are happening. Lots of hoopla, revelry going on. And you know what? My question for the audience.
Go ahead, talk over it.
My question for the audience is, what president does President Trump have for Lady Liberty on Saturday? Well, I can give you part of some of it. Inflation. Inflation's good. Inflation's up. Gas is some of the highest in the history of America. That's number two. Big tech, they're destroying pensions, companies, farms, ranches, hunting rights. How long is this show, Joe?
Oh, we have time. You're good. You can keep it going there, buddy.
That's 5 right there. That's going to take 45 minutes, I think, on 5 minutes per little piece I put there. Because the practical prepper is, it's not like the myth of, bug out bags and, all the different things that people think about, getting MREs. And that's not at all. My prepping is preparing people in my generation. I'm 65. And the preparatives, if you're 65, what kind of pension did you get? How are things going after 50, 30, 40, whatever years of work? Are you prepared to, look at your auto insurance and see what you can get? And just technical stuff of how you can, like I say, manage of 65 to 75, which I just read, 65 to 75, it's kind of it. That's really it, man. I mean, by 75, I got a buddy who's 76. He's bitter. Oh, he's just bitter. He's disgruntled. He knows he's going to be 80 in 4 years. It's like, and even the last 10 years, he just sat there in the recliner and whatever, molded away. But I think I consider myself a very young 65-year-old, even though all the medical disasters I've been for. I mean, I got a wife that's 20 years younger than me. She goes, looking at you from behind, she goes, you have a V. Which very few men, unless you're bodybuilder type. I got the V, I got the muscle tone because, hey, Joe, I fought forest fires. When I came out right out of high school, man, I'd take a hose and go up the mountain. I'm talking straight up the mountain with a, like in a round circular hose, I have it on my shoulder and I'm up.
Right.
I mean, 1,000 feet, that's like a mile marathon. Sprint, I should say. And so I went for that. I was carrying construction jobs, building houses, and concrete work. And then I went to letter carrying of the old school letter carriers in '84 of a strap on your back, 5 miles, 6 miles every day. So my body has been, I guess, and plus I worked out. I like the gym. I was a pretty decent athlete. I had a walk-on tryout with the Cincinnati Reds. So that part of thing I've really done really well on. Excluding that I had cancer in the last 20 years, every body part has been challenged, I'll put it that way, but recovery, healing, I've always eaten really well, so I think it's been a bit no smoke. Little sip, no smoke, no toke, no drugs, no nothing. And so I think that's benefited from that. But I'm going to speak about the guys right now just for a few minutes, the 65-year-olds. Joe, discouragement. I know I've been talking to a lot of guys who are just discouraged. You go, dude, even my let's say my IRA, I got 400 in it. It's like, look what everything costs. $100,000 a year is not much anymore.
No,
it's just not. My son goes, Dad, me and my wife together, they work their butts off. They really work. He works for a big logging company, and she works for waste management in the management division parts and stuff like that. We made 118. We broke even. We have 5 kids or 4 kids or how many kids? He goes, but everything costs.
Yeah,
he goes, it's Joe, $800 a month for food. He's got a 16, 14, and 10-year-old boys. Okay, and I don't buy this crap of, well, you shouldn't have had the kids. Oh, bull hockey on that. That's rubbish. We just live in a world where, and this is where I'm going to start off with, President Trump. What gift do you have for our 250th birthday? All your buddies, and I got the pictures of you sitting next to Peter Thiel, Mr. Planetor. Elon Musk and him are buddies, and they started up a bunch of different companies, PayPal. Oh, yeah, well, Jeffrey Epstein, he donated $40 million to help Thiel with his business. It's just a spider web. And if I could show you all the pictures of these guys that Trump's sitting next to that are destroying our country. And I have the facts of the ranches closing, the farms that are closing. And what people don't understand about this blockade, it's going to be open today, but no, it's not. It's not. It's open, not open, not open. It's not open. It's not. Don't you criticize me, or I'll have you fired. Well, here's the deal, Joe. 30% of the world's fertilizer comes through there.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell everybody about farming because I'm in the Pacific Northwest. They grow massive apples out here, and I just seen a video. It's a More Perfect Union. Great YouTube. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not. YouTube, this is the best channel. And they're out there in Sunnyside, Washington, where my wife is from, that area. And do you know what the rule was back when she was growing up in high school? They could not pick fruit. It had to be done by the migrant workers.
Really?
I'll have she said there were certain rules. It's like, you're not union, you can't work on this job. Does that make sense?
Interesting. Yeah, no.
Because they're not going to be paying. They're going to be paying some white high school girl, $1.50 an hour.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. So the new ones are everything it's coming. It's like this. It's coming in these different pieces. So tech billionaires, which are buddy to the billionaire conglomerates. The Bayer just bought up Monsanto. Monsanto is a agricultural company that they own 75% of the seeds in the world. Okay, you don't think so? It's stuff that you really got to dig into, and I'm just scratching the surface on this. But if you live in an agricultural state like we do out west, Idaho potatoes and et cetera, and we go out west. Well, Washington is on the other side of the state is apples, cherries, and fruit like that, peaches, et cetera. Well, big tech companies buy up big agricultural companies, and now the food gets into how many companies. The word is 8 companies own everything.
And they don't want you growing your own stuff either. Oh,
that's coming up. It's coming up. They're talking about small farms, and there's a place in California, south of Sacramento. I forgot the name of it. It's on like I said, a More Perfect Union. These tech billionaires are buying up massive plots of land. They're going to build their own community, a kind of a Stepford Wives. If you knew that or don't know that term, look it up.
Well, there was a remake not too long ago with
Nicole
Kidman, so people probably know that one.
Yeah, I seen the original in the 70s. So what it is, they're building a community, literally lockstep. There's no crime, there's this. Everything's going to be their own police of this. But the part of it is, of course, this tech guy, all these tech guys are from other countries now. Mm-hmm. They're coming in America, and that's why the greatest generation, they waited for them to go. Jill, you think Dad right now, who just went and fought the Nazis, let's say he's my age right now, that shit wouldn't be happening. Could you see all those millions of veterans sitting there in their wheelchairs, or not wheelchairs, but still getting out of work? I'm talking the ones who fought the Nazis, or the Italy, or the Germans and the Japanese going, wait a second now, son, you're not from this country. You're going to tell me I have to sell this property? And the problem is that this place in Sacramento, they're suing the people who won't sell to them. We've lost liberty. So Trump, and the guy that's part of it, he's connected to Trump.
But are you surprised?
No, I never have been.
No one should be surprised by this. It's just a big boys, the old boys club. Right?
Yeah. So George Carlin said it's a big club, and you're not invited. You're not in it, and you're not invited. And I hear the one I've used. I go, how do they say it? If you're not invited to dinner, you're on the menu. And it's true. Yeah, so my show is being prepared for Saturday to go, okay, we can blow off all the fireworks you want. The biggest that, the biggest is the greatest, it's the biggest this. Trump's being played. He's being played big time. Or number one, his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. The Jared Kushner is involved with so many of those bad guys, besides the Arabs and Epstein, and you start doing Peter Thiel, this. It's the same guys, okay? Because the same guys, like I say, own so many companies that these companies are controlling everything. Have you heard of Flock?
I've heard of Flock, but before you get into that, let's take care of some of the housekeeping stuff. Let's get that out of the way. Take a deep breath. Hold it.
I'm rep, buddy. I'm rep today, man.
All right. Well, here we go. All right, folks. Before Wayne goes on his rant, let's take care of some of the housekeeping stuff. Folks, if you would, please don't forget to head over to our website, joerooz.com. That's joerooz.com. When you get over there, please make sure you open up that contact form. It's hidden in the upper pancake there. Just open that thing up, open up the contact form, send us over a message, let us know whatever's on your heart, whatever's on your mind, any questions, comments, cares, concerns you might have. Maybe you have a complaint or a suggestion for a guest you'd like us to get or a topic you'd like us to try to discuss. Send it on over to us. We would love to hear from you guys. And look, if you don't want to use the web form, which I understand, it has that caption nonsense on there. It's annoying. I get it. You can always email us directly at info@joerooz.com. That's info@joerooz.com. And also another great idea. Use the comment section down below if you're watching on Rumble or if you're watching on YouTube. Check it out over there. If you're listening on any of the modern podcast apps, make sure you send us over a comment, leave a review. We'd really appreciate that. You could also find the audio streaming live on our website, joerooz.com, on apps like Podhome or Podcast Guru, Fountain.fm, all these great apps out there that you can listen to the live audio on. You can do that as well. And we would love to get your comments and your thoughts and your reviews, so please make sure you do that. Also, please remember that this is a live show, weeknight, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern is our Sunday Bible study show. You can come on over and check that out. We'd love to have you there as well. Currently going through the book of Revelation. We finished chapter 16 this past Sunday. We got chapter 17 coming up next Sunday. And I'm kind of debating if we're going to take off Sunday for the 4th, for the holiday weekend, but haven't decided yet. So keep checking, and you'll see if we're here or not. But we should probably be here. We'll see. We shall see. But check us out. We'd love to have you follow the show. Rumble.com/JoeRooz, YouTube.com/@JoeRooz. You can find us there, of course, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, folks, very, very important, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the show with your friends, your family, and your followers. That way you'll help us to spread the news about this show, help us get found, mess with the algorithm, and do all those great things. So plenty of ways to catch the show, plenty of ways to get in touch with us. Use it. We'd love to hear from you guys. All right. With all of that said, it is time for Wayne's rant. Go ahead, Red.
I tell people I have that photographic memory. I honestly do. So today I went back into it. Our class of my 6th grade class of 1973, we went and see the movie 1776. There was a movie, it's a musical, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And my teacher, Mrs. Sage, I remember, I go, Mrs. Sage, won't we be turning 200 years in about 3 years? She goes, that's correct, Wayne. And I actually visualize this. I have visualizations of these things. So I go forward, 1976, in July 4th, about 3 weeks. This is July 4th right here coming up. So 3 weeks ago, it's 76, okay? I just got on my freshman year, Joe, okay? Mm-hmm. Just finished my freshman year at 1976. The Tigers just drafted a guy named Mark the Bird Friedrich, this new rookie, and he was burning it up. But if you go back that part 1 year before that, we were just wrapping up the Vietnam War.
That's true.
1975. My brother was in for 68, 69, and 70. So here's the state of the nation. The war's been over for a year. Things are getting going a little bit. And Nixon just got his butt kicked here recently, a few years back, took us off the gold standard. And I didn't know what that was. But I was one of these young guys where in the wintertime, guys, I don't know what they would do, but in summer I'd watch Face the Nation, Meet the Press. I would do that before football started. And I watched this stuff. Jack Tremone, Baltimore Times, go, And so I was learning politics at like 6th grade and before that. And I actually picked this stuff up and I'm thinking it wasn't that he was just so criminal with the Watergate stuff, but by getting us up the gold standard, screwed us. It totally screwed us, And then he went over to China to buddy up with them to go, I'm just going to paraphrase it. He shook hands with them. You guys are now open to freaking screw us over and totally rape our future because whatever deal he had backdoor, doing deals with China and open up to China, we're done. It didn't take long. Really, if you look at it, 20 years, 76, 86, 96, gave it to Clinton. Then Clinton, he sold all of our trade secrets and military secrets to China. It took 20 years, 20 stinking years to do that. And so then another 10 years, 06, housing crash. I lost my ass. I lost 400G in a housing thing.
I remember that. That hit me too. I had.
I was going to build a house. I had a piece of property, put it up, and I couldn't sell it for 6 years. I lost everything. I lost my IRA, lost my this, but there was also embezzling in there it was a whole bad deal. It wasn't even my deal. It's just I funded it. I didn't actually fund it myself. Long story, ugly story. But a lot of people lost a lot of money 06, 07, 08. So you're only looking now 30 years from 76, off the gold standard, dealing with China, and then all the imports, exports, NAFTA. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take long for these types of moves to totally destroy parts of our civilization in this country. This country's set up to prosper. I've said it's hard to fail in America.
That's true.
And what I mean by that, what's fair? I know guys, Joe. I know guys. A buddy and his two brothers bring in $25 million a year, more than pitchers do. And I mean, they'd be up there with top quarterbacks in the NFL if the three of them combined. You know what I'm saying? $25 million, yes,
right,
absolutely. And so I know the guys that make those big types of dollars and stuff. And I was talking to him, what's a success? And he thinks, he said, Wayne, guy that comes home on Friday, he's bringing home, let's say, $25 an hour, and his wife, they're a young couple, and she's bringing home 15. He goes, that's what, 30, 40 bucks an hour. They got a small little house. He comes on Friday with the bake and bake pizza, a 6-pack, and they want to watch a movie. And the next day they have a barbecue. Sunday they go to church. He goes, that's success. That is success in America.
And I agree with that. I'll tell you, because I always, growing up, and you struggle, you work hard, you try to measure your success by what the things you have.
Right.
But as I've gotten older,
No.
As I've gotten older, I've realized and I've appreciated the fact that it's none of that stuff. Mm-hmm. I appreciate the quiet. I appreciate the peace. I appreciate, just relaxing at home. I don't need to go out. I don't need to socialize. Like I have friends who live, eat, and breathe socializing. I can't. I don't do that. I can't do that. It's just not me. It's not me anymore. Especially.
Right.
I would much rather sit at home with my dogs, relax, listen to some music, cook out, cook in the house, whatever, and just be left alone and just relax and just forget everything. I got to the point where I started turning my phone off. I don't even keep my phone on all the time, and if it is on, it's on do not disturb because I don't want to be bothered. I want to be left alone.
Yeah. Now, if we were in the same county, me and Joe, whatever part of the county, and we'd be hooking up a couple Saturdays a month. We'd be cooking some sauce or whatever. Hey, Joe, I'm coming over. Let's do some sauce and do some dogs. Or not that I don't do hot dogs. I hate hot dogs. They're gross. They're disgusting. But me, Mr. Prepper, I'm going to come on by, Joe, with homemade sausage, with real cut beefs. Everything's authentic. Everything's natural.
Absolutely.
We can listen to the Mets game on Sirius, whatever, right? And it doesn't even have to be listening about the Mets game. We'll just be talking about whatever and this. And we would be doing this if we were this close. And that's a
course.
big thing to me. And,
Yeah, I
you know what the difference between a liberal and a conservative is? Not the conservatives like the maggots and this. Conservative guys who punch the clock, bring it home, and just want to be kind of stay left alone. They're the guys who are having the barbecue, okay? The liberals are the bitches that are calling the cops because there's smoke coming across their yard. That's the difference right there. We just want to have a queue. You have some brisket, whatever it may be. You're in Texas. They live and die that stuff. And like my buddy said, he still eats, he drinks beers and cheese sticks with us when we get together. Or, he'll go to a place. He's always ordering because, he will not take the money. Our money's no good there. He goes, you know what? I made it. And I like enjoying doing this stuff for this. And he'll go to the waitress, give me a couple of those, couple of shrimp things, a couple of those clam things, and, give me some, those lobster things or whatever. He's still the same guy. And you wouldn't notice any difference. But he says, he goes, oh, you came a long way, Wayne. You this and this. You've served your country. He goes, the success part of it is almost, people say, are you contempt? Nobody can be contempt. Well, I think I can come close to that. I mean, contempt means we enjoy the things we do. And as I always tell people, the things I like to do, I can afford.
You mean content?
Fishing. Yeah, content. We can go.
Yeah, you were saying contempt.
Content.
Yes.
Are you content? Are you happy? Yeah. If people know you're not. Oh, honestly, I am. And I have a wife who, she came out of high school, and I don't want to get into the politics. I call it marital politics or personal politics. I use the word politics. And she started off with the guy, and she put him through college, working all these different jobs, and he got a job at Microsoft. And he was boom, 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 20 grand a month. She goes, I lived that. We didn't have to nothing. She goes, most miserable time of my life. Mm-hmm. He was just, it wasn't a good person. It was, and her kids have now, they're at a point now, they can't be happy. No, I want anybody, they can't be happy. They can't be happy. They can't get it. They can't do it. Because they thought what they would do is, the daughter's got this, really young marriage, kids, lifeless. They're having hard times with these younger generation people's problems.
Right.
That 20, 30 and under, that all the stuff that they deal with. Social media, am I validated? I got to put this stuff on. Hey, here's the soup I made today, blah, 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 blah. Where we were, like I said, a little stickball, baseball, street hockey, hey, we're going to have pizza tonight. It's fish and chips Friday. Different world. So that was 1976. We were in that world of, $2 was a big deal. $2, you could go on down and get whatever.
Was it you that was talking to about this? That I saw this advertisement for a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes,
family meal,
$3.99 or something
to feed a whole family.
Yeah, for like under $5.
Yeah, it was like $4 and change to feed a whole family of I think it was 8.
In that 1976, that summer, like I said, my dad would come home. Damn it! It was $38 for groceries. Go on and get those 17 bags, boys. I'm not kidding. It was double-digit bags. I'm not talking these little bags and these little plastic bags now. I'm talking the ones on your arms, old school grocery bags, paper. The bread sticking out at the top. Yeah. We'd have 10 bags for about 30-something, and he's complaining, almost $40 damn dollars. My dad was from the South. Think of what that was, Joe. I mean, like I said, I had this little thing, this little pizza box. You got the box. It was 9 cents, 12 maybe. It had the flour, you made the dough, it had the sauce and a little cheese. Mm-hmm. And you maybe a 12-inch pizza for like a dime, And so you got a box of those macaroni and cheese sources. And I probably said in the previous shows, but there was a difference in America, 1976. Yeah. Now, who was in charge? Was it Ford? And then Carter switched over by then and was like, okay. And it didn't take him long to screw stuff up with 19% inflation, but there was still that sense of, you could meet with your buddies, you could all put in 50 cents and have some pizza, watch the game, or do whatever. But there's a different America back then. You just didn't badmouth your country and get away with it.
Yeah, no, there was definitely from that point forward. I think that's isn't that when they started with when they federalized education?
Yep.
And they tried to central plan education, and then all of a sudden things like American history started getting phased out, and they started just talking about global studies and global history and
world history.
Yeah, world history and all that stuff.
Revisionist history.
which eventually led to where we are now, where everything America is evil, dark, just oppressive, so on and so forth, and everything else is love, light, and joy. When it's not the case at all.
But here's the thing, Joe.
Yes, this country had some issues in its past, absolutely. But this country has gone on and forward and moved on, and it's a work in progress. It is an absolute work in progress. There is no perfect country anywhere. Every country has its dark side, and I don't want to get into the whole rant on the sins of the country, because you know what, it's in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And this country has taken great steps to correct those sins of the past.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about the country, this has nothing to do with the country. That modus operandi there, the guys who's got that started are the gray hair guys in charge now or past. Kissinger, Soros, Cheney, Rumsfeld. My brother, who was in Vietnam, said same two names. That damn Rumsfeld and Cheney to me, and a few other guys. They were young. They were in their 20s, 30s, or whatever, doing the same shenanigans.
Right, and weren't they in Congress?
Puppet masters, yeah, exactly. My brother said these are the same guys from Vietnam that are now doing this war, or the ones that like Cheney passed and Rumsfeld passed. But let's go back, within the 9/11 era, I'll call it. Those are the guys still making the same calls that started this stuff. That's led us into this TSA and, all the different things. I mean, people don't understand 9/11, our 9/11. Let's go back to 1989, 9/11. September 11th, 1989, George Bush Sr. We need a new world order on 9/11.
Yeah, he made that speech at Congress.
New world order, where it's the law of the land, not the law of the jungle, where the UN and governments will rule this world. He just set it up for his son to phase it in on 9/11, 2001. George Jr., you got everything in plan? Are the bombs ready? The planes go? I'm not kidding you either. Because since 9/11, man, TSA, et cetera, now there's Flock. So this thing on Flock, I was watching a thing on it, and it literally gets your license plates. And once you get your license plates, it starts getting all your background. And so your car will be take a picture of it, and then it would be even by it would relay it to the next camera. That next time that next camera sees your license plate, it updates your travel patterns, and then it's where you're stopping. And then it's like I said, the George Orwell, call it all the different things you want. It's the liberty, as I'm going to say. What is Trump going to hand Lady Liberty Saturday? It's just a question. It's open. It's an open. How do you help me out here, Joe?
Open-ended question.
Open-ended question. I'm not answering it. I'm going. What's he got? What gift does he have for her Saturday? And I'm just, like I said, it's not a doom and gloom, but it kind of is. Actually, it's kind of not doom and gloom, but it's kind of like, oh man, I thought build it up to this time, but like I said, the things we had figured 2 years ago, how the momentum we had, just like a ball team, boy, we had momentum. I go back, Joe, to the moment I'm going and feel it. Last time I felt good was when Trump was coming into your city, Madison Square Garden, and there was Dana White, Tulsi, Musk, Kennedy, Kid Rock. There's a whole group of these people, and it looked fresh. They were ready to rock and roll, like Kid Rock said. Let's kick some ass on the oil. Let's get it drilling. Let's get to $2. Let's get farming and this and all the different things and the health and the pharmaceuticals and. I'm bummed. I'm actually bummed because from that day I seen such I actually almost drink the Kool-Aid. I don't really like to sip Kool-Aid. I just look at it and go, I'm gonna pass on this. Let me see who else drinks it, and if they pass over. But I literally was going, let's wait and see. We'll see. But I did feel good. I'm not going to deny that. I did feel like from what we could have had.
Well, think about it. The electorate,
what we could. Yeah,
80 million people voted to. They gave the Republican Party the House, the Senate, and the Congress. with the intention of securing our election system and bringing justice.
Yeah.
And or at least investigations leading to arrests. Maybe not convictions necessarily, but
how about exposure? Some exposure.
Yeah,
Give me
exactly. And they have not done a
exposure.
thing. And they haven't done a thing. And that's why I'm concerned about things like the midterm elections coming up, because you know what, if the Republican Party loses the midterms, which it looks like they're going to, you know, you're looking at a halt to everything. Not that really, that there's really much going on anyway. You know, he's too consumed with aiding and
tap dancing in Iran.
Yeah, and you know, kowtowing to Israel and so on and so forth,
etc.
But he, you know, you're going to be looking at 2 years of relentless investigations, impeachments. You're going to look at some of the most vicious politics you're ever going to see.
Right.
The Democratic Party has gone out and already said, and has been saying since President Trump was inaugurated, that when they resume power, not if, when they resume power, there will be retribution. There will be, you know, if you supported this president, you supported this administration, they will be coming after you. And listen, you could say, oh, well, they're just saying that to appease their base.
No, they're not.
No, they tell you exactly what they're going to do. They let you know exactly what it is that their plans and what they're going to do. And the one thing about the Democrats, I will say this, they follow through with what they say they're going to do.
You do.
They absolutely do. Not like these rhinos and the Republican Party. That's why, you know, I in a lot of ways I am ashamed to say that I am a registered Republican. I really am. You know, because the Republican Party is not what the Republican Party was when I signed up for it. And I know people are going to get upset and they're going to, you know, say all kinds of crap about me, you know, for saying this stuff, and I'll get all the emails and all that nonsense. And I appreciate your opinions on it. But you know what? Show me something that this administration has done since 6 months going forward. Because the first 6 months, they came out of the gate. They were like bulls in a china shop. Things were getting done. Things were getting moved. You know, I do not want to hear Kash Patel one more time come up on the TV screen and talk about his statistics. Right. Statistics. I don't want to hear statistics. I want to see action. I want to see the perk walks. I want to see people going to jail. I want to see these things.
Right.
I don't care about your statistics. That's just telling me, okay, good, you're doing part of the job. Where's the rest of the job?
Right. It's like Pam Bondi and who's the chief of staff? What's her name? I don't even care. It's like some things I just, what's her name? The chief of staff lady
for the White House, Susie Wiles.
Susie Wiles and Bondi. They go back to Florida lobbyists that are now connected to Epstein money.
Of course.
She's not going to open up the Epstein files. They're not going to do this. It's the Charlie Brown and the football thing with Lucy. She would lift the football every time he's trying to kick it. And you know what?
I don't see Todd Blanche being any better either.
Oh, no. Which one is he?
He's the acting attorney general.
Yeah, and you go back to his every guy you can go back to. It's like seven. What they call it? 7 separations of Kevin Bacon. You can go like 3 separations to Jeffrey Epstein, practically with all these people, all of them. It's not Epstein. It's just that conglomerate because him, Peter Thiel, like I said, Larry Ellison. I looked up at Larry Ellison and all of his stuff, and he's connected to Epstein, those guys. And he owns now. He just bought CBS, NBC, this and this and this and this, and he's like $200 million he gave to Trump. But I don't think it's even a big deal. I think they probably said, Trump, let's screw this up so we can bring the Democrats in. So we won't get nothing passed. So the peasants will not get any hope. You're right. Whatever you say, I'm going to do. Yeah, because I'm the best. You know, it's like it's professional wrestling. They're all connected. They're all together. There's no difference. Like professional wrestling. The guy comes out, he's going to tear the Sheik up. Sheik comes out, he's going to tear the Bruiser up. They both go have a beer behind the curtain. It's the same thing. And so it's like my dad's generations go back to 1976. We knew what black and white was. We knew that The Democrats there, they did have some good points of union, getting dental. Like my dad worked for General Motors, and he striked in the 60s because GM was making hand over fist money, and he's just trying to get dental for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or a little pension for him, and maybe get some medical, which they did do. Okay. And so, like I said, we had medical, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and they got a pension. And it was the right thing to do. And that was the union of them, but they're still all crooked anyhow, and they're all connected with all the politicians. But like I said, once again, there was think of what Nixon did and got busted for. Those guys they do that before 9 o'clock in the morning is over. Before noon, they've done that much in one day.
Yep.
And back then, they roasted those guys, whatever the Charles Colson, Ehrlichman, Haldeman, all those guys did time. They did actually prison time for these things, for doing stuff that they're doing all the time now. And so, yeah, Kash Patel, Bondi, all this stuff. I got it. And Trump has now been exposed to who he is. He's just another globalist. He's a globalist. I'll tell my buddies that. Look, he's buddies with not just Netanyahu, and it's not the countries that are running it, Joe. It's the billionaire tech guys are running everything, because they're the ones who have the contracts, Palantir, with the military. Mm-hmm. So they're the ones with the codes. They know if they wanted to, they could go tonight with their keyboards and start shooting the stuff off. They don't want to because they go down with it. But it's just, I seen a cool video. The guy, just like the rest of the guys, put stuff on YouTube, but they do it in their cars. It's really embarrassing. I don't watch YouTube videos when they're in the car. I know there's something that's a lack of motivation for me. You couldn't even get out of the car to speak,
Well, they think it's cool.
Is that what
cool?
It is?
It looks cool. It looks good.
I'm out of touch, Joe. I guess I'm out of touch. Go buy out in a fence post or by a lake or something. And then the other one's the guys walking with their selfie stick. That's the other big one. I'm walking here, and I'm going to talk for 20 minutes, and you're going to see all the stuff I'm walking past. Okay, you know what? Go buy the burger stand or something like that. But where was I at? I'm going. Oh, so yeah, these people who sit there, and I caught one. I know what it was. It's caught my eye. And the guy goes, "Look, I'm an isolationist. I want to move out into the country." And so he goes, "I can understand why people want to live out in the country, up in the woods. I can see why a guy would want to sit in his hot tub on the second deck, take a whiz off the deck with a double shot of Jameson whiskey, a stogie in his hand, and a wife 20 years younger in the hot tub, and come in, baby." Wayne, I could see that lifestyle. If someone could get that. I wish I knew how that lifestyle worked.
Wayne, you speak as one who has experience in these matters, sir.
I cannot confirm or deny that, Joe.
How did I know that? So, sir, are you saying for the record here that you are let me see, you are wishing to assert your Fifth Amendment privilege?
Absolutely, but you know what? I will tell people this: I live the most incredible, adventurous, wild lifestyle in this price range.
You do, actually.
That is a truth. My buddy, like I said, the millionaire buddy of mine goes, "Dude, your life is like touring with Mick and the Stones." But to get back to the guy, he said that. "Hey, Keith, where the band's on, let's go." "Oh, Mick, I will tell you, let's go."
So no, forget it. Never mind. I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask. Well, okay, so who's Mick and who's Keith?
I'm definitely Mick Jagger, man. I got that suave, that swagger. I could not handle the liquor that what's his name? That dude drinks. He wakes up with Jack Daniels. He says, "Oh well, Keith Richards."
To Keith Richards. Oh. So that means if you're a Mick, then yeah. is Rosanna Keith?
No, she's the red hair. She's the redheaded rocker, Sammy Hagar. She likes Sammy Hagar because she's redheaded like her. She can't drive 55. Okay, I'm sorry.
You heard it here first, folks.
So to get back to it. So Joe Schmo, he made a great point. I like these pipes out of nowhere. I'm an isolationist, man. He looked tired. And a lot of guys are looking tired in my age bracket. And here's the fact I just read today, Joe. The highest demographic, is that the word? A good word for people of group?
Yes. Demo.
50, almost 50%, 40, whatever. Gray hair divorce is so on the freaking rise. 40 years. Let's go with 40 and 20 is 60, right? Mm-hmm. The same area. Okay, 25 and 40, 65. Through the roof. They did the house, they did the mortgage, they did the kids, they did the college, they did everything, work, and now they're looking at each other and go, who are you? Mm-hmm. They're like looking at each other, man, I let's just break up. And she wants to go.
That's just a testimony of how the society has collapsed.
It's worse down. It's worse. This group over here down, the bricklayers, the plumbers, the mailmen, the cops, the firemen, those guys. The guys who are making good money still above the guys who are just retail and maybe struggling a little more, but they're not. The struggle's not as much as maybe the guys that make less, but the pressure's still the same in the sense of keeping the mortgage up. Oh crap, man! The furnace went out. That's $2,500 with everything included. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not that you do or don't have the nest egg, and if you do have the nest egg, it's kind of like how much do you want to spend on stuff, or what do you want to do? And I think people, they get to my bracket, they're tired of a lot of stuff. But this guy goes, he looked tired, Joe. He looks like the guy who's like me or you, and look a guy like me. He's retired age bracket. He punched the clock. He's got the the IRAs and stuff, whatever, the pension. And he goes, I just want to get away from everything. I don't want to be around crowds no more. I don't want to be around people. Even my family, I told them, let's have limited, I'll see you on Thanksgiving or whatever. He goes, and I don't want no side job on the internet. Make side money now. I don't want to. I don't want to open my shop up and make gadgets for extra $500 a month.
Yeah.
And if I have to, I have to sell it for under the table. And if I make enough, then he goes, I don't want a side job or side. You've heard these things. Make all these widgets and stuff like that. They're all over the internet. He just wants to sit there and have his bush light and listen to the game.
I understand that. I've said it many, many times. My ultimate goal here is someday to sell everything I have, mm-hmm. buy an RV, and just move and just drive and just go places, camp out and go to the desert, man. Just oh yeah, that's what we do. That's the camp out in the desert, sleep. Yeah. And if they find my carcass picked clean on the side of a road someplace, know that I lived the way and I died the way I wanted to.
This one was you got the buzzards picking at it with the skeleton, just like in Tucson, Arizona or something.
There
like
you
that.
go. There you go. Look like Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen in Star Wars.
There we go. Yes. But you know what? I am an anomaly. I really have to say these things. If people get to know me, hey, Joe, if you know me, I'm no different than 20 years ago. If you get to
and
meet
I do
me,
know you, and I knew you 20 years ago. So I know I could say you were exactly the same.
So within a year, the guy's not. He's no different. He's still wacky. He's this, but he's the guy who says he is. He's not going to. There's no reason to stab, no packs or nothing like that or any of those things. I've been blessed with no envy. There's nothing need to envy. That's good. And I've been blessed, but I do not need to envy, man. I got to tell you, I guess, Joe, from the sake of things of being, let me just explain this, a follower of the real true Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Because, there's a lot of titles nowadays. And I've been to the Holy Land a few times, and I wouldn't investigate every yet. But, we could, what was the one song you see? Oh, I can tell a song, I can't play it. It says, I argue about a God that I've never seen, but he never seems to fail inside with me.
That's great.
He never fails to side. He never fails to side with old Wayne.
And that's the truth. And that's the truth.
In XYZ, I'm going to go in and see a surgeon here in a couple of weeks, and they're going to cut off a chunk of my colon. I guess. I looked at the doctor. I go, okay. He goes, these doctors always wait for. I was having a heart attack. They're pumping away. They got the things going, and I'm telling jokes. I'm ripping some jokes off. I go, do you remember Fred Sanford? He goes, well, yeah. Why? I go, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join. He goes, you got to stop joking, man. You're not. He's like, and they're like snickering at their younger crew. They didn't understand. And I'm looking at the girl. I'm telling her. She said, told me you got beautiful blue eyes. Sharon, stay focused. He's like, Wayne, you got to relax. I go, I am.
Yeah, you're the one who's screaming.
Settle down, dude. I got this handled. He's cool with me. I say it right there, Joe. I says, Lord, please forgive me, just like the thief on the cross. Remember me. And as he said, and just forgive me up to the last 12 seconds of everything, man. I'm a sinful man like Peter. I'm a dirty, unclean man like Isaiah. I'm joining that club. But I followed you even up to my last breath here. And he's like, no, you're going to be fine. I need you some more time. You got more on the clock. So that, like I said, once that's conquered, I don't know. Nothing. I don't really fear that stuff. Fear the Lord. But I've got to say this before our time punches out and the birthday clock and everything. Saturday is a little hootenanny going on in the local town here, and they're going to have the parade. But they have a little concert going on. I said, let's go. Let's go out and hang out. And so I'm dressing. I've got that outfit finally, her to put it on. She's going to be wearing literally a colonial outfit. Okay. It's got, this is what we're going to film. She's got the roughly little shirt and the vesty thing that it's red, and the colonial. Maybe she's going to put a bandana on with the round. And boys, the pair of pants she's got picked out. With the boots, and I want to try to give her a saber too. Probably won't let her. They won't let her in.
Why didn't she dress like a colonial woman?
Yeah, well, she is. She I don't know why. I think because well, she's still looking like a colonial woman. I don't know what they dressed like back there. Those horrible dresses. No, she's going to say, as she always said, I want to fight with the men. I want to fight. Like truth, she's not Scottish, but I have to put her Scottish. She's got red hair. She's German, true German. Scheidrock is her last name. So everybody thinks she's Scottish, the red hair and with kilts and everything. But she says, I said the Scots, the women fought with the men, or they at least were up in the lines. They just didn't leave the men to go to fight. They were up there feeding them and working with them, getting shot like the men were. So she goes, if there was a war, I'd go in. I'd go in with you if it was one of those type of deals. I'm not talking about a modern war. She said, heck yeah, me and you are going together. We're going to freaking ambush these guys. And boy, she's at 25 yards with her 9mm. Nothing out of that much. She hit 3 in a row. 3 in a row. She went boom, boom, boom on the same hole.
Grouping very well.
Nice. So yeah, absolutely. My friends who never really shot, they go, she's pretty good. She's just getting tested. She's got to get her handgun ready for hunting, and then drum roll, she's getting her rifle sighted in for bear hunting. Nice. That's normal stuff, right? I've going for a bear hunt during the season. But the thing is, getting back to that guy, he's my generation, and I guess we're the tired generation. Just a little exhausted, maybe to a point where it's not even the money no more, Joe. It's not the money. It hasn't. I got a guy who's
the quality time.
I got a guy, a buddy of mine. He's got the 800,000 IRA. He can name all the different IRAs and stuff. He doesn't spend it. He doesn't go anywhere. Because he doesn't want to be out there. He goes, I don't even want to go out there anymore. It's like he gets stabbed half the time or this, and he's not even far fetched.
No, he's not lying, but
it's the fear.
What
the fear factor? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, what's the point of having all the money?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I've never seen a U-Haul at a funeral.
Nobody has, and one of our big purchases coming up, because our financial situation will be changing for that, and in this show too. And one of the things we're getting is called 4-wheel. It's company's name 4-wheel. It's the things that go in the back of your pickup truck, because I have the big Ford F-150 4-door, and it's one of these things. It's square, but it goes up. You can wind it up and then pull out the drawers, pull out the bed.
Oh yeah,
it's only like it's out of Oregon. You can modify them to yourself, like $12,000-$13,000, and they're only like 800 pounds. Where those old school ones are like 1,500, 1,800 pounds. And so it's not going to kill you on the gas mileage or anything like that. And I go, there we go. She goes, I love it. We can park anywhere, as any national park. I have a passes for certain being federal retirees. I can go in certain all of it for free. National Forest. We don't need nothing, and some of them come with electric or solar generators plugged into it already.
Nice.
So and I already have a solar generator to go, and I have the what you call it the panels and what have you. And so, and as you're driving, it will power up your generator as you're driving. So we get there. We don't need a lot on the generator, and I don't know.
You just need a Starlink, and you're good to go.
Starlink, exactly. And so, but also I have a ham radio. I'm a general ham radio guy, so I can be anywhere up in the mountains, communicate. But the point of it is, like you just said, driving the West. It's my backyard, man. I know Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Wyoming, those places really well. I know there's Wyoming all over the place, and Montana, I've covered most of that. Oregon, Idaho. So that's my kind of my backyard right there for going to different places. But America, 250 years on Saturday, and I guess they're going to have a big party in D.C. And I think more rock bands have canceled or not. Have not wanted to play an event for the first time in history. There's more people who've refused this than are going. What does that say?
It's sad, to be honest.
It's like, I don't want to be associated with this because right now my friends and relatives are suffering from your jerk move going into Iran. I don't want to hear this crap about. I'll tell everybody straight up. They don't need to make a nuclear weapon. They can buy it from North Korea, China, or Russia. Yeah. They could buy one. All they need is one. And they Vladimir, we got $12 billion. I'd have it shipped over at the day.
Right.
They don't need to buy it.
But here's my thing, though. I can understand that, you want to kind of protest the politics of the time, but to protest the birthday of the
right
greatest country that ever existed on the face of the earth,
despite
all its faults, because nothing's perfect, you will never find a better country to live in or to be a citizen of.
Right.
Why would you take it out on that?
Exactly.
Put your politics aside and celebrate your freedoms.
Grab your sparkler and twirl it.
Granted, you really don't have any liberty or freedom anymore.
Right.
Granted, it's on paper, yes, but in reality, you don't. Still, you don't. It's the birthday of the country. It's the birthday of your liberties and your freedoms.
Right.
That's what you're celebrating. You're not celebrating the administration. Look, if dumbass was still the president,
oh boy,
and they were having which they wouldn't have had a celebration for the 250th, no matter what, unless they would had all the trans flags everywhere instead. But you're an American,
right?
No matter what, you're an American. And that's just I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned in thinking that way.
No, you still got to take your sparkler and twirl it. And you know what I'm celebrating, Joe? Yeah. Mr. Joe Rooz? The Constitution. I celebrate. That's number 2 behind me right there.
That's right.
Okay. Number 1 and number 2 are connected by the umbilical cord or at the hip. You can't have one without 2. You can't have 2 without 1.
That's right.
The right to free speech, and there's I guess people can call free speech what they want. They want to stand out on a ledge and badmouth America. That's their free speech.
It is.
Okay. And I got it.
It absolutely is.
Okay. But the Second Amendment, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. At least you just can't say turn in your weapons because they wrote it this way and just deal with it. Let's get off the white slave trade worker, all that stuff like that. Get off of this garbage. And you know what? They made
time to put that stuff away.
It's time to, without the Japanese just said it. They weren't going to invade America from the West Coast. They knew everybody had a gun.
Mm-hmm.
They knew we could send a 500,000 soldiers in there, but there's 4 million gun owners waiting for us.
Mm-hmm. They
just did not have the manpower for every gun owner to go head into the West Coast. And by golly, those are good shot people. I mean, like I said, some of the greatest soldiers.
For the most part.
Yeah. From my dad, like I said, he was from the Deep South. My Uncle Billy the favorite line of my Uncle Billy goes, I took 8 Nazis out my best day. That's one day. 8 Nazis. Well, him and Paul lived in Appalachian, and they hunted for food. It's harder to hit a running pig than a standing soldier. That's what my uncle said. I could pick those guys off from a distance, man. That wasn't no problem. Because not getting that hog running through, or that, coon, or that deer heading up, or, whatever he was hunting after, much harder to shoot at a galloping pace in the woods, trying to shoot it down than a guy, he's about 50 yards, I'll take him out. Mm-hmm. It's cruel and it's crude to what I'm saying, but those guys were, like I said, they were tough birds, and that's where the Second Amendment, Japan said we can't go in there. As I read that, there's an American hiding behind every blade of grass. That was a quote from the emperor, one of those guys at the top there. So the Second Amendment, it saved our butts at a lot of different parts of this time period of our country. That it doesn't matter, Joe. There are people out there that are unhappy if Joe Rooz and Prepper Wayne are having a barbecue. They're just unhappy about it. Where'd that meat come from? How was the meat killed? How was it? I mean, they're going to sit there and dwell over this stuff.
What's your carbon footprint for that?
Yeah, what's the carbon footprint? There's a video, one of the videos, the lady went over the guy's fence with a hose trying to spray out his barbecue.
Oh, that's a good way to get yourself taken out.
Exactly. And so, but no, truly, God bless America. He has blessed us. And how about America bless God? Thank you, Lord, for us still being here, for all of the stuff we have stacked up against you personally, and what we've done personally as each individual and each leader and each document these guys have signed and voted on. And like I say, when they had that White House in rainbow colors, I'm just going, meteor might be coming sooner than later. And he did it. He did it to his own. He did it to Israel. He told them not to do it. All the same stuff we've done. Like I said, abortion was done different back then. And the altars of Moloch, Baal, and Astra, they didn't have it as, they couldn't do it as fast as they could nowadays. Same concept.
Yeah, I agree.
And Jeremiah 19, someone was just reading it. He's going, the older generation will kill the younger generation, and the Lord will punish them for that. He's talking about when Jeremiah said, what you're doing to the children, off to Babylon you're going to go. You did not listen. All I'm saying is, the Lord will repeat himself, and he will give us a certain amount of time. And we're at the breaking point of 250 in the sense of civilizations, Rome, Greece, etc. It's been said before, but
the average lifespan of a republic is 250 years.
Yeah, so let's make it to Saturday, Joe. Let's get the sausages.
I think we'll be okay. I think we might go a little bit longer than 250.
Okay, yeah.
I think we'll be okay.
At the Rankin household, like I said, we're getting up at 4 a.m. and she's heading out. We got a fishing trip planned. The weather's going to be great. The waves will be good. She's going out and try to bag us some salmon and some other stuff, and that'd be a good fresh barbecue, man.
Absolutely.
And then we're heading right back up to another part to do some more salmon. We're going to go back and forth and try to get some more salmon caught, and I'm going to be making some elk chili this weekend.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I got some beef to put in and some elk because we will. And one more last thing before we go. This is interested in the Joe Rooz show. I'm heading to get that. If I'm going to bring all the fish in, the deer meat has to come out, and the sausage stick and jerky is going to be made. So next week I'm going to be making. That way you can mail it. You can actually mail this because when you cure it, it's salted and smoked. You can mail it in a package. It doesn't ruin that way. In fact, I got a new vacuum packer, professional grade. Man, no leaks, no air, no nothing.
Love this guy.
So the Joe Rooz show. I owe Joe big. I'm a backlog, but the stuff I've been through medically. Woo! I'm a medical.
No one's keeping track, brother. Don't worry about it.
I'm a total medical experiment. I'm a medical experiment, man. I'm telling you. And like I said, someone said, "What would your movie be like?" What would it be? It'd be like I said, a animated science fiction comedy. That's my life. It's got to be animated, a science fiction and a comedy,
and a laugh track to go with it.
A laugh track to go with it. Yeah.
All right.
There we are.
Well,
all right, Joe.
On that note, we're gonna wrap this baby up. So So Wayne, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're feeling better, and I'm glad you were able to get the show in tonight. Yeah. And I know that whenever you need a break, you let us know. We'll make sure we get that taken care of for you. But again, thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you have a great fishing trip. Tell Ro that I said hello, and give a big hug and kiss for me. And can't wait for you guys to get up here or down here.
Down there, we're going to kick some butt. My prayer is to get some awesome film this weekend.
All right.
Just at the 4th of July parade, but going out in the ocean, seeing the waves, and
beautiful.
And to experience what we experience up here, and don't take it for granted.
All right, and then if you want, we can probably put that up on the show too when we do it next week.
And that's not copyright infringement.
No, it's not.
They don't own the ocean, do they?
Well,
yet.
And they probably do some strange way.
Okay.
All right then.
All right,
folks.
Ahoy, matey.
Ahoy, matey. All right, folks. So Wayne Rankin, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I really do. Folks, I'm going to give our shout-outs to our producing team, executive producers, Wayne Rankin, Rosanna Rankin, Caroline Jimenez, Angela Watuski, and John Seeley. Folks, thank you so much for all the support you show us here on the show. We really do appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do the stuff that we do without your help. And, these folks, they donate their time, their talent, their treasure, and they help put these things together. And it's great to have them as partners in this. And if you'd like to find out more ways about how you can help us out, very simple to do. Just head over to our website, joerooz.com/support, joerooz.com/support. When you get there, you'll see the one-time donations, any amount, recurring donations, any amount, and then we have our producer tiers, associate producers, producer, executive producer. All of them have their little perks. It's all outlined there for you on the support page, so make sure that you get over there and check it out. All right. Well, with that said, Wayne, any parting words before the music cuts us off?
Happy birthday, America. We've earned it, and we worked for it.
Amen.
That's a big difference right there.
Amen. Happy birthday to these States United. All right, folks, head over to the website, joerooz.com. That's joerooz.com. When you get there, make sure you send us over a message and let us know what you think. Folks, on behalf of Wayne Rankin and the rest of the crew, I want to say thank you for joining us tonight. And remember, make Texas independent again. Go podcasting. Keep a steady stride. And more importantly, folks, keep talking. And God bless the USA.
Oh, one last thing. Let's sound like a horse turd and hit the trail.
All right. Good night, folks.